That orphan child in us, the abandoned, betrayed, and neglected within, is actually the shattered lover in us. Welcome to St. Hosea Hermitage. I am your Kuya Mel, concluding our recollection on love, sex, and betrayal. Sa loob pa lang ng sinapupunan ng ina, mahigpit na ang kapit mo sa buhay. That umbilical cord connected you to your mother was your only chance to live. Kung sa sinapupunan pa lamang, ayaw na sa kanya ng kanyang ina, the threat of abortion looms. Walang kalaban-laban ng sanggol. It is in God's grace for the child to live. At nang isilang, lakas ng uwa ng sanggol. It was a momentary separation as that umbilical cord was cut from the mother. The time of separation heals the wounds, fed with trust by the mother's love and care. Kung walang pag-aaruga at pagmamahal, paano makakasurvive ang sanggol? Many of us are lucky, lumaking inalagaan ng ating mga magulang o yaya o sa lolo o at lola. But some are not blessed. Ipinanganak na mahirap, ipinamigay, pinabayaan. Yet, even these poor children clings to life. Kahit sa patalim kumakapit, lalaking manhid sa hirap, mabuhay lamang. What kind of life awaited them if early in childhood their soul is already shattered for the quest to survive? Hindi tayo makakalagtas sa ganti ng tadhanang sawi. If we think our lives won't be touched by the misery suffered by those innocent, neglected children, we are wrong. We are all interconnected and their sufferings will affect us. There's a ripple effect. Any small movement in the universe would cause a small vibration, creating bigger ones to move or even destroy even those from farther distance. Kaya, kung may mga ganid at abusadong tao, kung may mga narcissist, yan ay sa dahilang minsan ay pinagkaitan na sila ng biyaya. In their struggle to survive, they inflict pains to others. Sa kaloob-looban nila, their struggle is a quest to linger with their connection to life, to that umbilical cord, though imaginary. Kakapit kahit sa patalim, mabuhay lamang. This is a struggle of a shattered lover who thirsts for that connection, for that umbilical cord. Kaya yan, manloloko, mangiscam, aabasuhin at gagamitin ka para makasurvive. While you have that compassion for them, kasi naiintindihan mo ang pinagdadaanan nila. Kaso ako, madalas, suko na ako. Otherwise, I got destroyed. And sometimes, if they cannot be reformed, kailangan kong lumayo, umiwas at itulak sila. Set boundaries. It's tragic. It's sad. That's the trickster in life that we must accept. Mahirap ipilit baguhin ang ayaw magbago. But if we want something to change, kailangan magsimula sa sarili. Iyan ang reason kaya binigyan ko kayo ng assignment. Have you looked into the shadow of the lover in you? Mahalaga ito dahil ano ang mababago kung di mo alam ang kahinaan mo? You need to be aware. The shadow is something you despise. Yung mga di mo nagugustuhan sa sarili, maybe yung mga kinagawian o mga ikinikilos mo noon o kahit ngayon na kinaayawan mo. And minsan, kadalasan, naibabaon sa limot. Pero yung iba, kadalasan di maiwasan din. Like, how you felt being rejected. Your fears. Yung masasakit na karanasang pilit binabaon nga sa limot. Yung sakit na nadama, yung kirot sa loob. Kung bakit kasi inuong katayan na buhay tuloy ulit. Buti mabuhay ulit yan kaysa di mo namamalayan na possess ka na pala ng shadow. Sasabihin nila na possess na masamang espiritu kaya nabuang o naging addict sa bisyo. Pero kung tutuusin kaya nga nabuang naging addict dahil sa trauma ng lover within who seek for love and attention to find meaning and fulfillment, to find that imaginary umbilical cord. Kaya tuloy kapag di mahanap ang tunay na pag-ibig, hahanapin sa ibig ng laman, sa ibig ng pagnanasa. Ayan na, drug, alcohol, at sex. Pero walang contentment, hindi makontento. Ang taong lulong na sa bisyo, wala nang ibang iisipin kundi masagip ang sarili sa kanyang kalungkutan at pagkabalisa. Yan ang shattered lover. Kailangan pang ma-realize niya na lumulubog na siya sa putik bago niya makitang kailangan niya ng tulong. Kapag naunawaan na niya ang nasa loob niya, kapag nakita na ang mga sagabal sa kanyang paglalakbay sa buhay, doon lang tayo makaka-move on. Let's pause for a moment and reflect the wounded child within, that orphan child. Reflect on how this wounded child have grown into a shattered lover. Here is a passage from the book of Isaiah, chapter 49, verses 15 to 16. Can a mother forget the baby at her breast or feel no compassion for the child of her womb? Though she may forget, I will not forget you. See, I have inscribed you in the palm of my hands. Yan, yung sinabi ng Diyos. Another passage from the prophet Hosea in his book, chapter 11, verses 1 to 4 and 8. So here is what God was saying. When you were born, I have loved you and called you my child. But the more I call you, the more you turned away. I taught you to walk, held you in my arms, but you didn't realize it was I who healed you. How can I give up on you? How can I betray you? My heart is changed within. All my compassion is aroused. This is what God says to you. Realizing how loved I am turns my world upside down. Nung bata pa ako, ang concern ko lang ay para sa sarili ko kung ano ang gusto ko. Pag nagdarasal ako, panay hingi ako kay God. Yun kasi ang natutunan ko sa lola ko sa mga nasa paligid ko. Kung mahal ka, dapat may kapalit. Kung gusto kong mahalin ako, dapat magpakita ako ng maganda. Para bang you earn what you get. Pag gusto mo ng milagro, magdasal ka para magmilagro ang Diyos. Yun kasi ang sabi ni Lola. I was 10. May exam kami, I pray to God na sana masagutan ko lahat sa exam. I made lots of promises to God, kaso 0 nakuha ko. Nagalit ako kay God. I look at His cross and told Him, I won't pray to you anymore. Nagtampo ako. But then, I will still find myself praying to God. Minsan, no choice. Nakabantay si Lola 6 p.m. na, orasyon, makakaiwas pa ba ako? A year later, I read my Lola's novena to the Sacred Heart and the passage to the prayer struck me. It goes like this. I think this came from Matthew, from the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 7. And it says like this. Ask and it will be given to you. Search and you will find. Knock and the door will be open for you. For everyone who asks receives, and everyone who searches finds, and for everyone who knocks the door will be opened. I asked for my mama and my papa, yun yung hiling ko kay Jesus. Kasi during those times, nasa bakasyon kami sa lola ko. At syempre, lungkot na lungkot ako at miss na miss ko na ang parents ko. So when they arrived, I was so happy and I told everyone what God did to me. Kasi I was so happy to tell that I prayed for my parents and here they were with me. When I remember how I got angry with God when I failed in my exams, nahiya tuloy ako sa sarili ko. It was so petty. But as I grow older, I find it cute kung paano ako magtampo. Marami akong idinalangin pero hindi binigay. Pero hindi na ako nagtampo. It's because my relationship with God becomes stronger when I was taught that Jesus is a friend next to me. Kasi nga, di ba, sa Luke 11, Jesus says, whatever you do to the least of my brothers, that you do to me. And I was 15 then, and during those times, I felt closer to God. From then on, I see God in people around me. If this God became man, sees the value in his humanity, and encouraged us to see the same, why am I not following him, knowing more about Jesus? The God who goes out of his way, humble God's self to become man, live among us, suffers among us, and dies and redeem us. It was a mind-blowing experience. Experience hindi lang knowledge. Especially at 20 when I joined a youth retreat. From this 3-day weekend experience, I feel Jesus as a friend. Having faith in Jesus made me see His Spirit lives in me and in others. That's where redemption is. His resurrection becomes a reality in me, in my life. From a wounded child, orphaned, neglected, to an abandoned, shattered lover. I am risen to Jesus' image of a faithful, joyful, compassionate lover. My prayers have changed, not so much of asking from Him, more of experiencing His presence in me, in my prayers, in my singing and dancing. One important lesson I learned from Jesus: I am special. That yearning to reconnect to that motherly umbilical cord, to re-experience that quest for security earlier nurtured inside the womb, continuously searched and explored by connecting with other people, finds its completeness in being connected to myself, by being special. Hanap-hanap yung parteng kabiyak ng puso, hinahanap sa iba, pero nandito lang pala sa loob. And when I found it, nang masumpungan ko ang sarili ko, that's when I sense fully integrated self, fully whole, buo ako. And my faith in God led me to this wholeness as I see God, Jesus within me. Paano? Well, Saint Augustine once said, "My soul is restless until it finds its rest in God." Those moments of restlessness came to me. Not only once, but many times. Noong kabataan ko, as I struggled with my same-sex attraction, falling in love with my best friend, and the heartaches that comes with it broke me, it breaks me. My dedication to my community, but the struggle for power and control broke my spirit. My trust in the church eroded. Faith in God was questioned. The series of brokenness and failed relationships made me feel inadequate, lost a sense of meaning and self-worth. Umasa ako pero nabigo, betrayed, and I feel abused. Yet, I still continue to dance and pray and ask God, why do I feel so dumb? Why I can feel your presence, and I wanted to feel His presence again, to feel that joy of God's presence. Pero tiwala lang. Basta continue to pray. So what I did, I just danced to His song, listened to His songs. At sa bawat sayaw, sa bawat pagsaliw sa awit, doon ko nadama ang Diyos, His presence, love, and faithfulness. It was really grace to have experienced that. Tandang-tanda ko yun nang narinig ko ang awit ng choir. At sa awit, nadama kong sinasabi sa akin ni Jesus, na huwag akong mangamba. Hindi ako nag-iisa. Sasamahan niya ako. Ako ay mahalaga sa kanyang mga mata at sinasabi sa akin, minamahal kita. Minsan kailangan pa yatang malugmok, ma-feel na halos walang kwenta na ako. Halos na wala na ang self-confidence at respeto sa sarili. Pero nang mapaalala ako ng pagmamahal ng Diyos, okay na ako. Nakita ko ang halaga ko. I started embracing myself, pangahalagaan ang sarili, alagaan at ingatan ang sarili ko. Letting go of the pains and start forgiving myself. By doing this, I discovered the lover I yearned to experience. Embracing the self, healing the self, buuin ang sarili muli. That's the only way to break the cycle of frustration, the cycle of fragmentation, the cycle of loneliness, the cycle of brokenness. If I am broken, how can I truly love Baka maging projection lang ng insecurities ko ang maibigay ko sa mamahalin. Love is not jealous, pero baka sa insecurities, selos naman ng selos, di ba? To truly heal, kailangan tanggapin ang kahinaan ko. And be aware of the red flags. Huwag padalos-dalos sa desisyon. Discern and have lots of options. Sa pagtatapos ng recollection na ito, magnilay tayo. Manalangin sa ating gabay. Sana'y tayo'y akayin ang mangiibig na ito na maging tapat at buo.